Welcome to the second episode of Podcast. Today, I'll be interviewing Justice Amitwa Lala, who is the former Chief Justice of Allahabad High Court. He graduated from the University of Calcutta in the year 1974 and got enrolled as an advocate on March 13, 1975, and practiced in the Calcutta High Court in civil, constitutional, and other areas. Later, he was elevated as the permanent judge of the Calcutta High Court on May 12, 1997, and was transferred to the Allahabad High Court on January 7, 2005. Sir, to begin with, can you please tell us about your family background and how did you develop interest in law?
You see, I had become lawyer by default and judge too, because of the reason the initial I am only issue of my parents, and my father wanted to make me engineer, and mother wanted to make me doctor.
Yes.
But I have become lawyer and judge. And in fact, my father was educationist, mother was homemaker. But when I have started studying law, from then they have become interested, and my father too. But they were believer of different type of lifestyle. My father living aside of jamindari or everything, he wanted to teach the rural people in this school, basically educationist, and in the last, following the Gandhian philosophy, and from the last school where he taught, got the President's Award,
Yes.
Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. So that was his career. So he was interested, when I am in law, I shall progress or do something.
Yes, sir.
Inspiration, and thereafter I got inspiration from my wife. I have got the tremendous inspiration from her on all corners. We have fought with this career without sufficient help of different type. It is lone fight, that can be said.
Yes, sir. So, sir, do you remember your first day as a lawyer in the court? What was it like?
You see, my first day appearance in court is a very, very quite quite encouraging, you should say. There was a judge who was known as Shambhu Chandra Ghosh. He became Chief Justice subsequently of Calcutta High Court. So I joined in the chamber of Mr. P.K. Mallik, who was barrister at law and senior advocate. And he told, I was going to his chamber. I didn't know what is happening. Initially, I was literally the raw junior. So one solicitor came to him. He handed over a brief by saying that this is a suit, because as you know, it is original side is there in the High Court, it is Chartered High Court. It is a suit, and you have to appear for one of the parties. They were discussing, conference was going on. Suddenly, he called me from the outside chamber I was sitting, and there was a seats of the juniors sitting there. Called and said, you will assist me in this matter. And I can distinctly remember this was a partition suit. And by handing over suit, I thought it is a suit matter, it will take little time. I shall get enough time to study and come back with the case.
Yes, sir.
But unfortunately, on the next day, the suit was called. When the suit was called, the clerk to my senior, Mr. Malik, he was moving around everywhere and finding out where is Mr. Malik or I myself. I was thinking and where I was not very much sure why he is calling. I'm like, why you are calling? No, your matter is going on. The suit is going on and you are not here. The shoot has started. Well, yes, it has started. I didn't know anything. I entered in the courtroom and sat in a chair. By my left side, the solicitor, he was sitting. Right side, the senior gentleman, I can remember, he was a senior advocate. He was sitting, his junior was sitting, solicitor was sitting. What I was flabbergasted and sweating like anything in a air conditioned room. So fortunately, or unfortunately, somebody is prompted by solicitor. The politicians should go on like you take it casually. It is not a casual thing. Let me understand. The judge then is called his assistant registrar who was sitting in front of him and said, "Ask the gentleman what is his name." So consequently, the registrar asked me, "What is your name?" I said, "My name is Mr. Amitabh Lala." So he gone back to the judge and said, "Yes, Mr. Lala, you proceed with the cross-examination. You just think this is the first day of my appearance before a court." I said, "I have to cross-examine." So I said, the senior person who was opposing my opposing me, what can be done? He was giving a smile and saying, "You start, we shall prompt." My solicitor was also said, "You start, I shall prompt you." So one after another, in broken English, I have started questioning. It was continued half an hour or more than that, and nobody is there. My senior was not there. It was continuing. 2:30 it has started. 3:30, almost 3:30. The judge said, "Yes, Mr. Lala, tomorrow you come back at 10:30. Now I am rising. Be prepared." Gone back. I was sweating. It's something. I had gone to the Bar Library Club and found that Mr. Malik was writing something. He was writing something. I thought, what he is doing? He is doing the correcting a draft. So I asked him, "And you were such a person, you send me in front of tiger or lion. What is this? What can be done? I don't know anything." So this will happen in future repeatedly. You have to be ready. And this was his training. And I got inspiration from the court, and this was my beginning.
That was very interesting, sir. So, sir, basically, how did you spend the formative years in the profession?
You see, I have not restricted myself in practice. Actually, I was the general practitioner. I have started my career with the arbitration law, suits, etc. As my senior was doing so, having been attached with the senior, but even independently, I started getting such type of works. And subsequently, the writ matters, under Article 226, writ matters I was getting. Then I was getting the appellate side, other matters, revision, appeal, and other things. Even some of the matters, though I was not regular practitioner in criminal side, very little I got. So I was in fact general practitioner. I enjoyed my profession like anything. I became the secretary of the Bar Library Club, so for 3 consecutive year terms, and many administrative steps were taken when I was lawyer for the purpose of betterment of the institution. That is there.
So, sir, my next question to you is, what is the biggest difference that you see in the profession today than from when you started in your career?
Uh, you see, the study was not so good. Law
Yes, sir.
study was not so good in all the colleges and or institutions. It was almost pastime or part-time course, I should say. As a result whereof, who was serious in the profession, he was coming and joining, he or she was coming and joining a senior's chamber. And the training of the senior's chamber was very, very thorough and very, very I should say, just like the student and the teacher type relationship. So you have to learn in that way. As a result whereof, when we were almost exhausted after 3, 4, 5 years, then we were going to become a successful lawyer, so to say. But the difference is now the 5 years course, making him or her a practical, sensible lawyer from the very beginning. The course is such. So, as a result whereof, either he is getting an opportunity to go to law firm and join and work and earn from the day one, or any corporate house, or if he wants to go to litigation, even after 6 months, 1 year or so, he is getting an opportunity to address the court.
Yes,
Addressing the court or making the exclusive drafting without anybody's interference, giving lot of impetus to a person in doing the uh, case before the court. And they are becoming successful. Not that they are not becoming successful, they are very much successful. This is one part. The other part is this, that previously the lawyers in the court were following the court manners beautifully. The nodding the court, entering into the court, making mentioning in the court, no crossing the seniority, juniority. It is very much disciplined. No ringing of mobile phone in the courtroom. So the atmosphere of court was different, and something is required to be seen. Unlike today's, today life is very fast, and lawyers are not part of out of that fastness. So obviously, this difference I can observe. That is the thing. Yes.
very well, sir. So, sir, were there any turning points in your career that you believe are responsible for your success?
Turning point in profession and turning point as judge, both are different. Turning point when I have become successful lawyer and discharging my duty, leaving aside my senior's umbrella independently. That was the turning point. And thereafter, when I was achieving something in the court, and from there, uh, the the judgments which has been cited, or the judgments which has been delivered in my favor, or in that case reported in the journal, I can see my argument, what argument I have made. That was something usual. And turning point, another turning point, normally I was not doing any tax matters. But one day I was doing tax matters. Two tax matter briefs were given to me by a solicitor. And on the other side, unfortunately, my senior, in whose chamber I have worked, he was appearing. And immediately after starting, both the matters were dismissed. Both the appeals were dismissed. I was responding. So on that very day, in the evening, I got a message filler from the then Honorable Chief Justice, Justice K.C. Agarwal, that he want to see me. I didn't know because somebody was telling about my elevation or so for 2 3 years, and I was avoiding because I know I thought that the if I be elevated, my earning will be lowered down and many other things, as normally the lawyers are believing. I was in that line, I was thinking. But fortunately, when he called me at his residence, first of all in his chamber and then in his official residence, and talked to me and insisted me to agree with the elevation, then I was not in a position to refuse. He was so affectionate that I was not in a position. I discussed with my wife, and my wife agreed that family will go on, no problem. If the elevation is there and the approach is there, you accept it. And that was one of the turning point of my career, I should say. And subsequently, I became judge. By that time, Justice K.C. Agarwal retired. By that time, Justice G.N. Khare became the Chief Justice. He was also very much interested about my elevation. That, that was going on for a considerable period. The another achievement when I took suo motu cognizance with regard to road rallies, being a judge, and that was made an havoc in the society. All journalists, all media people, lawyers, judges, commercial people, general people, all were in favor, but except in one or two political parties who are thinking that they have right to walk over the street and do whatever they want to like. Instead of doing a discipline, instead of following a discipline of the road rallies and allowing people to proceed to go to their work and attend, etc. That was one of the turning point. And I came to know that this is one of the causes which was very much insisted politically,
Yes, sir.
so that I can be shifted to some other court. And I was taken to Allahabad High Court. And there I continued as a judge of Allahabad High Court. In Calcutta and in Allahabad, so many judgments I have delivered, numerous judgments. There in Allahabad High Court, I became the chief executive chairman of Legal Services Authority, senior most judge, that is senior judge of officially they are called senior judge, then become acting chief justice, and thereafter I have retired as acting chief justice of Allahabad High Court.
Very well, sir. So, do you have any regrets? Like, if you could go back in time, were there any things that you would do differently?
You see, the difficulty is that normally I should not say, I am frankly confessing, I have regrets, many regrets. Had it been the today's position, I would have been much more diplomatic, not open-minded.
Yes.
I was, I would have thought about myself too as a judge, not the people only, which I have done. And that became the eyesore of many people and within the judiciary. You have people, my way of life. It should not be done. That is my regret. That is with me, and it will continue with me forever, most likely. That is that.
Yes, sir. So moving on to the next question. Can you share with us any three key principles that lawyers interested in your area of expertise should remember while drafting their case, while arguing their cases or advising their clients?
Uh, do you please repeat the question once again?
Um, so, can you please share with us any three key principles that lawyers interested in your area of expertise should remember when they are arguing their cases or when they are advising their clients?
My expertise,
Yes, sir.
my expertise should follow. My expertise means I was very much I was following courtcraft uh, 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 as far as possible. I in court I was very much humble as a lawyer. In drafting I was very much meticulous. Even till today, all my assistant secretaries who are present here, they know that in one drafting I am making corrections and corrections repeatedly. If you don't get in appropriate corrections, you cannot apply your mind, then in that case you leave it. You wait
Yes,
for another 2 3 days or 4 days or 5 days, come back with it, and you will find that what are mistakes you have committed, that will be automatically cleared up. This is one way to understand how the improve your drafting. And so far the other parts are concerned, the arguing matters, you have to wait for the completion of the argument of the others if you are opposing. But if you are proposing, then in that case, your submission will be precised in fact and law, because the difference between judge and lawyer is becoming ready with his own case thoroughly, but judge may not give so much of time to understand his case. He has to see the 400 lawyers or 300 lawyers or 100 lawyers waiting in the courtroom for the purpose of disposal of the matter. So there, one trick is there. Lawyers must be ready upon reading the case from left to right, but judges should understand the case from top to bottom. If you understand the case from top to bottom, then you are already experienced
yes, sir.
by practicing as a lawyer. Then you will be able to understand what is the shortcoming you have to meet. Immediately you have to ask a question, and the answer will come, and you will be in a way to dispose of. So you are not getting so much of time. Therefore, if the lawyer is very much precise in submitting his case, then in that case, he will attract the judge. Judge will be Judge will be in a position to understand there is this something. Let me understand this.
Yes,
Importance will be given. So if the lawyers and practice in that line, uh, making a difference between the lay client and themselves by their expertise, not whatever I am saying, that everyone, whatever they are saying, definitely it will improve a lot. Yes.
very
Any
well,
other
sir. That
question?
was very insightful. Sir, actually, it's showing a warning that the meeting will end in 5 minutes. So, if by chance it's disconnected in the middle, can you please reconnect from the same link?
Yes, I fail to understand.
Sir, actually, it's showing a notification on the app only that the meeting will end in 5 minutes. So, by chance, the meeting gets disconnected. Meanwhile, you are speaking. Can you please connect again from the
Okay.
same?
Yes, yes. All right.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
So, sir, my next question to you would be who are the biggest influences in your career? Like your teachers or professional mentors or anyone you looked up to?
Uh, of course, my wife, of course, my father, especially amongst parents, uh, especially my father, of course, my senior, and I cannot specially tell anybody's influence.
Yes,
I wanted to collect the whatever good belong to a person and want to collect the same to use in my life. So that
yes,
was my training and followed the same. Yes.
very well, sir. So, sir, if you could change one thing about how our judicial system works, what would it be?
Education system of law,
Sir, the
education,
judicial system.
other judicial system.
Yes, sir.
Judicial system, so many things are to be changed. Uh, Fastness, atmosphere of the court, more attraction to the litigations instead of going to the law firm and the corporate house. And the legal training and the teaching would be like that, so that they are building a lawyer, not a corporate house lawyer or the others,
Yes, sir.
because this will be requirement of the judges and lawyer to bring them into the litigation to understand and develop. That will be there. Yes.
So, sir, my last question to you is if you were to write a book titled What They Don't Teach at the Law School, what would be the three most important points that you would like to incorporate in that book?
Book on what?
Book on,
What is the
so book on what
why the
don't teach
book
in the
on
law school.
teaching at law school?
No, sir, a book titled What They Don't Teach in the Law School.
What they don't teach in the law school?
Yes, sir.
Uh, um, Professional skill, that I shall incorporate definitely. Professional development of professional skill. Secondly, as you that initially what has been told, the court craft. These are the important not known. How number three is how to examine a witness.
Yes,
This
sir.
is another subject. These are the things cannot be uh, said, or by reading one cannot experience. So if this go on in the book and thereafter proper teacher uh, teach it, then in that case the a little bit of difference will be there.
Yes, sir. So, sir, that would be it. So, sir, last thing that I want to ask you is, which do you want to, if you could just refer one of your colleague or peer of yours for the interview, would you like to refer
Would
somebody?
you repeat once?
So,
No, repeat the question once again.
sir, which colleague or peer
Yes,
of yours
yes.
would you like to recommend for this interview if you were to?
You see, it will be discriminatory. I am not. It is keeping open to you. Whosoever is, if you want, you can take an interview, either a judge or a lawyer. Entirely up to you.
Okay, sir. It was a pleasure talking to you, sir. Thank you for making the time. Thank you, sir.
Thank, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.